To protect the rights of fathers who committed rape or incest against a minor that resulted in a pregnancy, to be able to sue the doctor who performed an abortion on that victim. Do you believe that the majority of Arkansans agree with your stance that the rights of rapists take priority over the rights of women who they've assaulted?
I really don't know what you're talking about. I know that I believe that life begins at conception. I have a 100% pro-life voting record, and I would vote for a bill that excluded rape, incest, or the life of the mother.
That excluded it?
Yeah, for those things, and that's been my position. And like I said, I don't know what particular bill you're talking about or what particular whatever, but certainly I've got 3 daughters. And, like I said, I really don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, it's in your record, and I just
why
wanted to
don't
make
you
sure.
Elaborate?
It is a bill that provides for...
What bill are you talking about?
I don't have the number with me, but we've got it in our research, and I'll be glad to provide it to you.
I don't think so. I think my record is very, very clear in that regard. And, like I said, but it would be nice if you're going to make accusations that you bring.
All right. Well, I'll make sure that we provide it to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Congressman Bozeman, you get the final question for Senator Lincoln.
I've asked her 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could probably come up with another one if you want.
No. I think that we're on balance there. We're good. So. All right. Well, that concludes the second phase of our debate. Congressman Bozeman, Senator Lincoln, thank you both for your candor and direction. Time to allow you both a closing statement. All right. And with that, Senator Lincoln, you will go first.
I believe I do. Well, again, thanks to Roby and to Fox 16. We appreciate what you all do, and again, the hospitality of the Peabody. I think without a doubt my #1 priority is getting the economy back on track and job creation for Arkansans. I think it's going to solve a lot of our problems, and I think it's absolutely critical. I've worked hard to get into places where I can be useful to the people of Arkansas in that, and I think the Senate Agriculture Committee is a great place for a pipeline for jobs and opportunities for our great state. As we've mentioned before, elections are about choices. I think you've seen today that there are a lot of differences between Congressman Bozeman and myself. I have fought against privatization of Social Security and Medicare because of its values, because of its importance to Arkansans, and so many other things. I am for overhauling the tax code. I believe that's something we can do, and we can simplify it for small businesses and others, and I hope that we will. But I do think that a new 23% or 30% or whatever, larger percent of tax on anything you purchase is absolutely a bad idea for our state and for our country. I not only talk about federal investments, I fight hard for them in Arkansas, whether they are for roads and bridges, whether they are for farmers and ranchers, whether they are investments that are going to make a difference in the lives of Arkansans, and I fight hard for them. They're a great equalizer for us as a state. I think that's important. I'd just like to say that Washington is too partisan. There's no doubt about it, and I think you'll find that I've worked hard to eliminate that. You've got Democrats in one foxhole, and you've got Republicans in another foxhole, and nobody dares to come out of their foxhole and come onto the battlefield and try to find common ground. I do. I think there's a prime example of it in the primary that I just went through, that I am willing to stand up for things that I think are good for Arkansas and that are meaningful. And that are going to make a difference. So I would just hope that you would remember that my priorities have always been the same, and they always will be. My priorities are to my faith and to my family and my loyalty to the people of Arkansas, and they always will be. Thank you. And I appreciate your vote on November 2nd.
All right. Thank you, Senator Lincoln. Congressman Bozeman.
Well, thank you so much for having the forum today, and I appreciate all of our panelists and all of you for being here. As I said earlier, I think we're at a crossroads. I do think that we're in the big leagues now. We've got to step up. This is such an important election. The country is facing a decision. Which way are we going? Are we going to continue the tax and spend and borrow mentality, the mentality that's been rejected all over the country? It started in Virginia. We saw it in New Jersey. We saw it with even the Senate seat in Massachusetts, Senator Brown, and it's spreading like wildfire. What we've got to do is not rely on government to solve our problems, big government, unprecedented big government. What we've got to do is get back to the basics of empowering, letting people be empowered, letting them solve our solutions. And you do that by cutting their taxes. You cut the amount of restriction that's being leveled upon them, and then we'll go forward, and this will be the greatest country, is still the greatest country in the world. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of people apologizing for our country. I'm tired of people apologizing for our prosperity. What I want is what you want, is what the greatest generation has given me, is the ability to work hard and prosper. And I think that the differences are so great here. I'm against the stimulus approach. As I said, let's get out of the way. Let's let business take care and create real jobs. I'm against the health care bill. In fact, instead of being the deciding vote, I hope I'm the deciding vote to repeal the thing or defund it. So again, the choice isn't clear. The other thing is the deficit. I believe we need a balanced budget. I believe we need a line item veto. Those are things that we've got to get done. We've got to get the spending under control. So I appreciate you very much. I appreciate your help. I appreciate your support. And we very much like your vote in the fall.
And with that, the Peabody debate is concluded. Thanks to all in attendance today.